Hello and welcome to Liberty Nation's LNTV. I'm your host, Mark Angelides. Well, it's all happening in the Senate. The hearings of Amy Coney Barrett for the Supreme Court are going ahead. And to join us on this is Scott DeCrescenzo. Welcome, Scott.
Hi, Mark.
So, Scott, it's the big question, isn't it? Is abortion in the US likely to become illegal as a result of the appointment, as many in the, let's call them the legacy media, are suggesting?
Mark, in order to get to a point in America where abortion would be ruled illegal, a precursor to that would be appointment of Supreme Court justices who have some sympathy in that area and are at least willing to listen to an argument that it may be, much less sort of their own impetus try to direct the court in that direction. So in that vein, the Barrett confirmation would advance the country closer to a point where abortion could be illegal. But the idea that it would be illegal soon, in the next year or something like that, that is not going to happen. But to the extent that, if you wanted abortion to be made illegal in this country, a good first step would be the appointment of justices who may find sympathy in that argument. And it seems like Ms. Barrett is one of those persons.
So, Scott, with a Justice Barrett on the court, what are the biggest changes we are likely to see?
Well, in the near term, I would think that the court would take different cases than it did with the previous makeup. So for the court to take a case, Mark, for the typical path, the justices have to vote to accept it. There are many thousands of people and plaintiffs who would like the Supreme Court to take their case. They're by and large denied with few exceptions. And it's 4 justices who have to vote to take a case, and they do so for various reasons: to clear up confusion in the law or to advance a point they may wish to. Well, one of those justices voting on whether to take cases or not had been Ruth Bader Ginsburg. When that vote's replaced by Amy Coney Barrett, the types of cases that the court will consider important to take, I think, will shift definitely strongly to the right in terms of the political spectrum. And I'm thinking right now, Mark, especially about gun control. I think in terms of the hot button issues, that's where we're likely to see a big change, and soon, with an Amy Coney Barrett versus a Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Now, Scott, obviously both Justices Ginsburg and Scalia, they were very ideological nominees. They were confirmed with, I think it was 90 plus senators on each side for each one of them. Now, what happened, in your mind, what happened where we've come to a position where we're not seeing these vast majorities of senators voting for the justices? Well, what changed?
Mark, it all goes back to the Robert Bork nomination, and that is what really changed the game from what had been a kind of academic and really perfunctory kind of examination, because almost all the candidates had been well qualified. I think there was one candidate investigated for alcoholism before this era, and that kind of thing, a real search for something that might be a problem with the person rather than an ideological attack. So that's what led us down this path. Democrats did start that war. Republicans have played a part in it, but I think that because they started it and kind of manned multiple fronts against it, they are the ones that are going to need, once they have power again, to kind of peel back the scar tissue there by letting the minority, which will then be the Republicans, to get more power in the process, which I don't think is very likely. So sadly, I don't think it is going to change anytime soon.
All right, Scott, thank you very much for joining us on this.
Thank you, Mark.
Go deeper on the topic discussed in this video, head on over to one of these links here, or go to our Liberty Nation Roku channel. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for Liberty.